Taurus is a sign that is often underestimated by those who don't understand its depth. Known for its steadfast nature, loyalty, and profound connection to life's most essential pleasures, a Taurus can leave an impression unlike any other zodiac sign. Whether you've had a Taurus as a friend, lover, or colleague, you know just how memorable they can be. But what exactly makes a Taurus unforgettable? Today, we dive into 20 reasons why you'll never forget a Taurus, for better or worse. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see your Taurus friend, or perhaps yourself, in a whole new light. From their remarkable loyalty to their unparalleled sensuality, these traits will stay with you long after they've entered your life. 054. And I'll make it easy for you. Stick around for reason number 3. It's something you'll never expect, and it's going to leave you speechless. I promise, by the end of this, you'll have a better understanding of why a Taurus is so unforgettable. Let's jump right in with reason 20. Unwavering loyalty. Reason 20. Unwavering loyalty. One of the first things you'll notice about a Taurus is their unwavering loyalty. They aren't the type to come and go. When they commit to something or someone, they give it their all, whether it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, or even a professional engagement. Imagine this. You're going through a tough time. Maybe it's a personal crisis, or perhaps a project at work is falling apart. The people around you may start to fade away, but a Taurus? A Taurus stays. They're the ones who will call you, check in on you, and offer their full support. They'll listen without judgment and offer a shoulder to cry on without hesitation. It's not just about emotional support. A Taurus's loyalty is also shown through practical help. They'll show up for you even when it's inconvenient for them. I remember when a close Taurus friend of mine helped me through a career setback. While others seemed to step back, she was the first to call, offering me advice, help, and encouragement. I'll never forget how she showed up, not because it was easy, but because she genuinely believed in me. That's the kind of loyalty Taurus brings into our lives. It's grounding, supportive, and completely dependable. And it's not just about loyalty in times of crisis. Taurus stays loyal through the everyday grind, making sure you feel valued even in the smallest of interactions. Whether they're remembering a small detail about your life or just checking in on how your day went, Taurus's loyalty shines through in ways big and small. You remember how their loyalty made you feel like you had someone who truly understood you. Reason 19. Admirable persistence. Next up is reason 19. Admirable persistence. If there's one thing a Taurus won't do, it's give up. No matter how challenging the path may seem, a Taurus will dig in their heels and push forward, determined to reach their goal. This persistence is something that's unforgettable once you've experienced it firsthand. For 14, I've seen this quality in action time and time again. Take my Taurus colleague, for example. She was working on a project that seemed doomed from the start. Deadlines were tight, and the scope of work kept growing. Everyone around her started doubting the feasibility of the project. But not the Taurus. She stayed focused, continued pushing through, and eventually turned the project around. Persistence like that is contagious. Watching her never give up motivated the entire team to keep going, even when the odds seemed impossible. Taurus's persistence is about believing in the journey. They understand that success doesn't come overnight, and they're okay with that. They know that every step counts, and as long as they keep moving forward, they'll reach their destination eventually. When you see someone like that in action, it reminds you that failure is just a part of the process, and perseverance is key. You'll always remember how their relentless pursuit of goals taught you to never back down, no matter how tough the situation. Their drive isn't just inspiring, it's a reminder that giving up isn't an option. Reason 18. Love for comfort. Now, let's talk about reason 18. Love for comfort. If there's one thing a Taurus is great at, it's creating a comfortable environment. They're the ones who will offer you a seat with a soft pillow and a hot cup of tea when you've had a long day. Whether it's their home or just their presence, Taurus has this incredible ability to create a place of safety and warmth. The cozy corners they craft in their homes are often filled with soft lighting, luxurious fabrics, and a sense of serenity. It's not about excessive decoration. It's about making the space feel welcoming, where you feel like you can let go of your worries and truly relax. A Taurus's home is often the place you want to be after a stressful day. The warmth they exude is not just physical, emotionally. They have a way of making you feel at home in any situation. I've often found that Taurus friends are the ones who truly understand how to make people feel cared for, even in the smallest of gestures. They're the ones who bring a calming presence to any situation. Comfort isn't just about the environment they create, it's the peace they offer you. When you're around a Taurus, you can't help but feel grounded. You remember those quiet moments where you just relaxed, and you'll never forget how they made those moments feel like an escape from the stresses of life. Reason 17. They know what they want. Reason 17 is one of the most powerful traits of a Taurus. They know what they want. Taurus is a goal-oriented sign, and when they set their sights on something, they don't get distracted. They don't just wander through life aimlessly. They have a clear vision of what they want to achieve, and they have a plan to get there. Take my Taurus friend, for example. When she decided to go back to school, she didn't just say, "I want to go back to school someday." She mapped out every step, from researching programs to planning her finances. She had her eye on the prize and knew exactly how to achieve it. Watching her focus on her goal was an eye-opener for me. It wasn't just about working hard, it was about working smart. What's incredible is that this isn't a trait that just appears overnight. Taurus works towards their goals with quiet confidence, and their clarity of purpose is something that leaves a lasting impact. When you witness a Taurus achieving something they set out to do, it's like seeing a vision come to life. You realize that their dedication and clear-headedness are the keys to their success. Reason 16 is one of the most intriguing qualities of a Taurus: unique sensuality. This is a sign that doesn't just see the world. They feel it, taste it, touch it, and breathe it in. Taurus is deeply connected to their senses, and this makes everything around them more vivid and meaningful. Take a simple walk in the park with a Taurus. What might seem like an ordinary stroll to most people becomes an exploration of the sights, sounds, and smells that you might normally overlook. A Taurus will notice the slight rustle of leaves in the breeze, the subtle fragrance of flowers, and the way the sunlight glows against the trees. Their connection to nature and life in general is incredibly enriching. This sensuality isn't just about indulgence or excess. It's about appreciating the simple pleasures of life. Whether it's savoring a delicious meal, running their fingers over a piece of fabric, or just enjoying the beauty of a sunset, Taurus teaches us how to slow down and appreciate the world around us in a deeper way. I remember a time when a Taurus friend invited me to a dinner at her house. She prepared the meal with such care, and each course was an experience, not just food. As we ate, she told me about the origins of each dish, the flavors, and the textures. It wasn't just about eating. It was about truly savoring the moment. This ability to make the mundane feel extraordinary is something you'll never forget about a Taurus. Reason 15. Golden patience. Reason 15 is another invaluable trait that sets Taurus apart: golden patience. While many signs may rush through life, looking for instant gratification or quick results, a Taurus knows that the best things in life take time, and they are completely at peace with that. I've seen this firsthand. A Taurus friend of mine spent years building her business. Every step she took was slow, deliberate, and thoughtful. When others around her were cutting corners or looking for shortcuts, she stayed patient, knowing that success would come in time if she kept working steadily. And she was right. Her business is thriving today, not because she rushed, but because she stayed consistent, focused, and patient. Taurus's patience is golden because it teaches you to trust the process. Their ability to stay calm, collected, and focused when others are panicking is something you'll remember. You'll look back and think, if Taurus can wait patiently for success to unfold, maybe I can do the same in my own life. And this golden patience extends beyond their goals. Taurus also applies this patience in their relationships. They are willing to wait for the right moment to express their love, and they will be there for you no matter how long it takes for things to fall into place. Reason 14. Friendly but selective. Reason 14 is about how Taurus is friendly but selective when it comes to their inner circle. Gaining a Taurus's trust is no small feat, but once you do, you've got a friend for life. They don't just let anyone in. They value depth, sincerity, and loyalty above all else. I've had a Taurus in my life for years, and I can honestly say that their trust is a rare and precious gift. It wasn't something that was handed to me easily. In fact, when we first met, they were reserved, almost distant at times. But as I proved myself trustworthy and consistent, they gradually opened up, and now we share a bond that's unbreakable. You see, Taurus doesn't believe in superficial connections. They value relationships that are rooted in mutual respect and understanding. Once you've earned their trust, they're incredibly loyal and supportive. They will stand by you no matter what, and their friendship will be one of the most reliable in your life. And while they may be slow to let others in, once they do, they are incredibly devoted. The lessons I've learned from my Taurus friends about loyalty and trust are some of the most valuable lessons I've ever had. Their selectiveness isn't about being difficult. It's about making sure the people they invest in are worth their time and energy. Reason 13. Solid support. Reason 13 is one of the most comforting qualities of Taurus, solid support. When life gets tough, you know that a Taurus will be there for you. They're the ones who show up, even when everyone else seems to fade away. I had a particularly tough year. Work was overwhelming, and personal challenges were adding stress. But throughout it all, I knew I could rely on my Taurus friend. They didn't just offer emotional support, they took action. They helped me sort through my work tasks, made sure I had time to relax, and even arranged small get-togethers to keep my spirits up. What I admire most about Taurus in times of difficulty is how grounded their support is. They don't just offer words, they offer solutions, practical advice, and a steady hand to help guide you through the storm. They don't shy away from challenges, they face them head-on, always with your best interests at heart. The way Taurus shows up when you need them most will stay with you for a lifetime. It's not just the big gestures, but the little things they do to make sure you feel understood, valued, and supported. Reason 12. Good taste. Reason 12. Good taste. Taurus is known for their appreciation of the finer things in life, whether it's food, fashion, or interior design. But it's not just about luxury or extravagance. It's about tasteful choices that bring comfort and beauty into everyday life. If you've ever been out shopping with a Taurus, you know exactly what I mean. They have an innate sense of style and know how to pick out pieces that are not just fashionable, but also practical. Whether it's selecting the perfect outfit or decorating their home, Taurus has a way of making everything feel elegant and meaningful. I remember attending a dinner party hosted by a Taurus friend. The setting was simple yet elegant, soft lighting, beautifully arranged plates, and a warm, inviting atmosphere. There was nothing ostentatious, but everything had been chosen with such care that it felt luxurious in its own understated way. And the food, the attention to detail in each dish made it feel like an experience, not just a meal. Taurus teaches us that good taste isn't about spending more money. It's about appreciating the beauty in everyday things and creating an environment that makes people feel at ease and comfortable. Reason 11. Practical and realistic. Reason 11 highlights one of Taurus's most valuable qualities, their practicality. While some people chase after lofty dreams or get lost in abstract ideas, a Taurus stays grounded in the real world. They understand that achieving great things requires hard work, patience, and a solid plan. I have a Taurus colleague who exemplifies this trait. When the team was tasked with a difficult project, she wasn't distracted by theoretical solutions or untested ideas. Instead, she focused on what worked. She took the time to map out every step, ensuring every detail was in place before moving forward. It's this practical approach that makes Taurus such a reliable presence in any team or relationship. Taurus teaches us that the key to success lies in keeping things simple and steady. While others may be overwhelmed by challenges or rush to find quick solutions, Taurus knows that sometimes the best course of action is to take your time and trust the process. This grounded, sensible approach is something you'll always remember. Whether it's in career, relationships, or day-to-day life, Taurus's realistic mindset reminds us of the importance of having a clear vision and following through. You'll remember how their practical advice helped you stay focused and keep your goals on track, especially when life seemed chaotic. Reason 10. Reliability. Reason 10 is about Taurus's reliability. When a Taurus makes a promise, they keep it. They are known for their unwavering commitment, and you can always count on them to follow through on their word. I've had many instances in my life where I've needed someone I can trust to handle a situation, and without hesitation, a Taurus stepped up. One example that stands out is when a friend of mine, a Taurus, agreed to help me organize a big event. The amount of work and detail required was overwhelming, but she stayed committed to the task, ensuring everything was perfectly planned and executed. Not once did she falter or complain. Her dedication was inspiring, and her reliability made the whole process run smoothly. Taurus's reliability is more than just about keeping promises. It's about the peace of mind they provide. When you know you have a Taurus in your life, you don't have to worry about whether they'll show up, follow through, or do their part. You can rest assured that they will do what they said they would, and do it well. Their dependability leaves a lasting impression. You'll remember how you never had to second-guess a Taurus's commitment. They are a constant, reassuring presence, and that's a rare and valuable trait in today's world. Reason 9. Strong character. Reason 9 is about Taurus's strong character. They may appear calm and easygoing on the outside, but beneath that serene demeanor lies an unshakable strength. Taurus knows exactly who they are, and they never compromise on their beliefs, no matter what. I've always admired a Taurus friend of mine for this reason. In a world full of people who shift their opinions to please others, this Taurus never wavered. No matter how challenging the situation, she remained true to her values and her convictions. I remember one instance where she stood up for something she believed in, despite facing strong opposition. Her courage and commitment to doing what was right inspired me to stay true to my own beliefs. This strength of character isn't loud or aggressive, it's quiet but firm. Taurus doesn't need to shout to make a point. Instead, they lead by example, showing you that true strength comes from staying grounded in your principles. Their ability to stand firm in the face of adversity is something you'll never forget. It's a reminder that real power doesn't come from dominating others, but from being true to yourself. Taurus teaches you the importance of integrity and how staying true to your values can carry you through even the toughest situations. Reason 8. Generosity. Reason 8 is about Taurus's generosity. They may not always seek the spotlight for their acts of kindness, but Taurus is one of the most generous signs in the zodiac. Whether it's offering support, sharing their resources, or simply being there for someone, Taurus gives without expecting anything in return. I've had many moments where a Taurus friend went out of their way to help me, and they never asked for anything in return. There was one time when I was struggling to meet a deadline, and a Taurus friend of mine spent hours helping me organize my tasks. She didn't ask for anything, but her selflessness made all the difference. It's this quiet generosity that defines Taurus. Taurus doesn't need recognition for their acts of kindness. They give from the heart, without expecting anything in return. Whether it's emotional support, financial help, or just a listening ear, Taurus is always ready to help those in need. You'll remember how their generosity never felt like an obligation. It was always given freely and without strings attached. Taurus teaches us that giving doesn't have to be loud or public. It's the quiet, everyday acts of kindness that make the biggest impact. Reason 7. Financial stability. Reason 7 is all about Taurus's financial stability. Taurus is known for their strong sense of practicality when it comes to money. They understand the importance of saving, investing wisely, and ensuring that they and their loved ones are financially secure. If you've ever had a conversation with a Taurus about finances, you know just how grounded and pragmatic they are. One Taurus friend of mine managed to save up enough money to start a business without taking on any debt. She didn't take any risks. Instead, she spent years working diligently and saving a portion of her earnings. Watching her financial journey has taught me a lot about patience, discipline, and the value of long-term planning. Taurus's approach to money is never impulsive or reckless. They understand that financial security comes from hard work, consistent saving, and making smart investments. They are the type of person who will help you build a stable foundation for the future, no matter how long it takes. Their financial wisdom leaves a lasting impression. You'll remember how they taught you the value of planning ahead, budgeting effectively, and making decisions that align with your long-term goals. Taurus's practicality with money can help you reshape your own relationship with wealth and security. Reason 6. Connection with nature. Reason 6 is something that sets Taurus apart from many other signs. Their deep connection with nature. Taurus is one of the most earth-centered signs in the zodiac, with a profound love for the natural world. Whether it's taking long walks in the woods, gardening, or just enjoying the fresh air, Taurus feels at peace when they're surrounded by nature. I've seen this side of Taurus in so many ways. One of my Taurus friends loves to take hikes in the mountains, and every time she does, she comes back with a renewed sense of calm and clarity. The way she connects with the earth reminds me of how important it is to slow down, breathe, and appreciate the simple beauty of the world around us. This deep bond with nature also influences many of the choices they make in life. They are often drawn to natural materials, such as wooden furniture, organic food, or earthy decor. Their love for nature isn't just about spending time outside. It's about living in harmony with the earth. It's about understanding the balance between humanity and the environment. When you spend time with a Taurus, you'll notice how they often encourage you to appreciate nature in a way you never have before. Whether it's a quiet moment by the sea or a walk in the park, Taurus reminds you that there is beauty in the simplest things, if you just take the time to notice them. Reason 5, they don't like surprises. Reason 5 might surprise you a bit. Taurus is not a fan of surprises. They value stability, predictability, and a sense of control in their lives, which makes sudden changes or unexpected twists a bit uncomfortable for them. I remember planning a surprise birthday party for my Taurus friend. I thought it would be a fun idea to surprise her with a group of friends she hadn't seen in a while. But when the day came, I could tell she was a little off. She didn't handle the surprise well at all. She enjoys having a plan, knowing exactly what to expect. For her, stability is comforting. Taurus thrives on routine and predictability. It's not that they don't like excitement. They just prefer it in a controlled environment. They appreciate knowing what's coming next and having a plan for every situation. This need for stability makes them incredibly reliable and dependable. While their resistance to change can make them seem a little rigid, it also means that they're dependable in times of uncertainty. Taurus is the person you can count on to show up when they say they will, keep their promises, and provide consistency when everything else is up in the air. Reason 4, endearing stubbornness. Reason 4 brings us to one of Taurus's most iconic traits, their endearing stubbornness. Taurus is known for being incredibly determined and having a strong-willed nature. Once they make up their mind about something, there's no turning back. This stubbornness can sometimes feel like a challenge. I've definitely had moments where I've had to argue my point with a Taurus friend who was convinced that they were right. But what's interesting about Taurus's stubbornness is that it's not just about being rigid, it's about commitment. Once they set their sights on a goal, they will stop at nothing to achieve it. I once watched a Taurus close friend of mine work tirelessly for months to launch a business. There were setbacks, delays, and moments where quitting seemed like the easier option. But she never gave up. Her stubbornness was the reason her business succeeded, and watching her determination was incredibly inspiring. Taurus teaches us that commitment to a goal, no matter how difficult, can lead to success. They show us that persistence pays off, and that being stubborn, in the best way possible, can be a strength. Reason 3, love for art and beauty. Reason 3 is the Taurus's undeniable love for art and beauty. Taurus has a natural affinity for all things beautiful, whether it's art, music, fashion, or decor. Their appreciation for beauty goes beyond just material possessions. It's about recognizing and cherishing the emotional beauty in the world around them. I've been lucky enough to visit art galleries with Taurus friends, and the way they observe art is different from anyone else. They don't just look at a painting, they feel it. They understand the emotions behind the brushstrokes, the story the artist is trying to tell, and they often pick up on details that others miss. This love for beauty also extends to their everyday life. A Taurus takes great pride in creating aesthetic spaces and cultivating an environment that is not only functional but visually pleasing. Whether it's the way they arrange their home, the clothes they wear, or the food they prepare, Taurus has an innate sense of style that makes everything around them feel more elegant and refined. You'll remember how a Taurus's taste in art and design made you stop and appreciate the beauty in the simplest of things. They have a way of making the ordinary feel extraordinary, reminding you to appreciate the beauty that exists all around us. Reason 2, their hug is unforgettable. Reason 2 brings us to one of the most unforgettable qualities of Taurus, their hug. When a Taurus hugs you, it's not just a physical gesture, it's an emotional experience. Their hug has the power to make you feel safe, loved, and completely at peace. I remember when I was going through a particularly hard time, and a Taurus friend of mine wrapped me in a hug. It wasn't just a quick pat on the back, it was a deep, comforting embrace. In that moment, I felt like all my worries melted away. It wasn't just about physical closeness, it was about the emotional warmth that came from their presence. Taurus's hugs feel like a promise that you're not alone, that everything will be okay, and that they'll be there for you, no matter what. This unconditional love and warmth is something that sticks with you long after they've let go. Reason 1, incredible sense of protection. And now, we've reached the final reason. Reason 1, incredible sense of protection. Taurus is one of the most protective signs of the zodiac. When they love you, they will do whatever it takes to ensure your safety and well-being. I've seen this protective instinct in action many times. A Taurus friend of mine once stood up for me in a difficult situation where others remained silent. It wasn't about making a scene. It was about protecting someone they cared about. They would never let you face harm alone, whether it's emotional, physical, or even social. Their loyalty and protection are two sides of the same coin. A Taurus doesn't just stick by you. They will fight for you, defend you, and make sure you are safe and supported. This incredible sense of protection is what makes them stand out. You'll never forget how a Taurus made you feel invincible, knowing that no matter what happens, they'll always have your back. Their protective nature is truly one of a kind and one of the most unforgettable aspects of their personality. Conclusion. There you have it, 20 reasons why you'll never forget a Taurus. Whether it's their unwavering loyalty, their incredible sense of protection, or their deep love for beauty and comfort, Taurus leaves an impression that lasts a lifetime. I hope you've enjoyed learning more about what makes Taurus such a unique and unforgettable sign. If you've had the pleasure of knowing a Taurus, or if you're one yourself, share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and experiences. If you enjoyed this video and found wisdom or inspiration in it, don't forget to support our journey by subscribing to the Path to Buddhist Wisdom. Here, we believe that true success isn't just measured by wealth. It's measured by inner peace, resilience, and the wisdom we cultivate along the way. Join our community of seekers, dreamers, and builders as we continue to explore the powerful lessons hidden in the stars and in ourselves. Man in Lotus Position Glowing Star, subscribe, like, and share this video with someone who needs a little Taurus inspiration today. Remember, the path to greatness always begins within. Thank you for walking this journey with us. Herb Sparkles.